Are you seeking to understand who you are, what you want from life, and where you fit into this busy world? The Man That Can Project Self-Discovery Program is the program to help you answer those questions. This program with 3 comprehensive modules helps you get clear on who you are as a man, what you want from your life, and where you can set yourself up to thrive. Throughout this program, you're going to dive deep on some of the life's questions that only the most successful people ever spend time to answer. It's not only about standing out in this busy world, but it is using your life experiences to create a better life for yourself. I know that I wish I had this when I started my journey. It would have helped me fast track success and get clear on what was truly important. Once you complete this program, you're going to have a better sense of direction and purpose for your life. You will have more confidence and resilience and a complete roadmap to create the life that you want. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Head over to themanthatcanproject.com and check out the self-discovery program. I can promise you, your life will never be the same.
Welcome back to the show. Very excited for today's discussion and the one on YouTube. And today it's going to be about leverage is the key to wealth across the park. It's been something that I have been unintentionally diving into and trying to create in my own life. And over the last sort of 1 to 2 weeks, I've been researching it a lot more, looking at how everyone can achieve more leverage in their life and why you should be starting to look at that if you want to have more control over your time and the results and the quality of your life, but also now the idea around traditional leverage versus modern leverage. And we'll dive into that throughout this episode. So let's crank into it. So after the first year of running men's groups, I was fortunate to sit in a room with men from all walks of life, like doctors, bricklayers, stay-at-home dads, students, athletes, and so much more. And we connected in ways like I had never seen. So speaking on behalf of those who attended, we realized that we all had problems, goals, and a deep desire for connection. Success looked different for each man, but the underlying issues were the exact same. Over the years, I have sought meaning from these conversations. How could I take what I've heard and make my life as good as it could possibly be? How could I be the best version of myself while building a great life? Is that possible? So regardless of the problems that most men faced, it boiled down to being trapped in the relentless grind of life. So they may have experienced success in their careers, their family life, or their social circles, but the responsibilities weighed them down. They lacked leverage. So whether it came through time, money, network, health, or adventure, their current lifestyles had set them up to be great at what they had optimized for. And that's the key part there, is what you have optimized for. But as the seasons of life change, they were stuck. And you and I both know that change happens whether we like it or not. So learning to optimize for change is probably a great skill to develop. So I believe that it is one of the, key things that we can develop to live a great life, because change is part of life as we live it. So what would your life look like if you could be at your best while adapting to the changes that life throws at you? Is it actually waking up early, commuting through the traffic, putting in the long hours at the office, struggling to break free? That cycle continues to repeat itself and the hamster wheel continues to spin. Or is there a better way? If you've followed me for long enough, you'll know that I've been doing things differently. It may not be the best thing for you, but for me, I didn't want to subscribe to the status quo. I wanted to do what I wanted with who I wanted, when I wanted, without the financial constraint. And that was sort of one of those overarching goals that I was working towards and I had it in my mind when I was making decisions. And the lessons from those men's group made me realize that there was no traditional solution. At every turn, people were compromising and people were making sacrifices in a way or in an area that came back to bite them on the ass later on in their life. So that led me to questioning or even thinking, is it possible to do it without having those repercussions come back and bite you on the ass later in life? And because there wasn't really a solution out there, it had to be created. And that boiled down to leverage or really diving into leverage. So in this instance, and let's give the example, leverage refers to using time strategically to amplify your results and achieve your goals more effectively. How can anyone use leverage? So leverage isn't restricted for just the wealthy, right? It's a great place to start. Don't get me wrong. And I'll talk about that at the end. If I was in a position again where I was starting from scratch, the first piece of leverage or the first area I would want to get in order would be my finances. The reason being is when you have finances available to you, you can purchase more resources and you can build a team to help free up time to work on the other areas in your life that we all know we need to work on, right? So as I was saying, it isn't restricted for the wealthy. It is available to anyone who is prepared to create it. If you don't have it, you will have to grow in order to achieve it. Now, this means leverage is found in the uncomfortable zone, and that alone is enough, or one of the biggest factors limiting most people from achieving it, right? They avoid discomfort, they avoid growth, and you may be in that same position. I've spent a lot of time thinking about leverage and how anyone can use it, but I just want to circle back around to that growth part. If you're in a position where you, I guess, avoid discomfort, whether you've built a life of comfort and patting yourself on the back because that's an awesome thing to do, that's what we are hardwired to do. Or if you're in a position where you just haven't sought challenge, maybe your self-confidence isn't where you want it to be, so you don't necessarily take risks. One of the things that you can start doing to find the uncomfortable zone or get comfortable in the uncomfortable, which I guess you never really do, you just know that there's always going to be change, is find something that you enjoy, right? It could be in any field of life, and think about identify one of the potential problems in that area. So this could be in your relationships, this could be with your health, this could be in your career, it could be just in your social circle. Now, when you identify an area that can be improved, you now have created a gap. And within that gap is, I guess, the uncomfortable zone where you have to do something different to grow, to produce a different outcome. And when it's tied into something that you want to improve anyway, it makes it a lot easier for you to do it. And if you just chipped away at that for a while, I promise you that your self-esteem will grow and your confidence in yourself to get comfortable in the uncomfortable will grow, which will then put you in a better position to maybe implement some of the things that we talk about in the rest of this episode. So in order to amplify results and improve effectiveness and efficiency, we need to grow in value. So when we have more value to give, we can receive more in return. So when we have more value to offer, we can receive more in return. This means that you can achieve better results with less effort. That can come through finances, network, and the things that I've mentioned above. Let's use Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, as the example. At the time of writing this, his net worth is $200 billion. That is insane. And according to Inc. Jeff made $7.9 million per hour in 2023. How does he make more in an hour than most people will make in their entire life? You guessed it, leverage. He has the same amount of hours as everyone else, but he has people working for him, which increases the amount of hours being worked at and on Amazon. He has influencers and affiliates that grow their brand using e-commerce that leverages his network. So you can learn and implement things like this into your own life. So I'll use myself as a personal example now, and I'm still learning and by no means have nailed this. But my first experience in business was in network marketing, essentially building a sales team. You guys can argue in the comments about pyramid schemes and whatever, but it taught me about the power of growing and developing a team with a common goal. If I helped enough people get what they wanted, I in turn would get. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lockie Stewart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.